finds Smith and Jigba. Threaded it through there for a first down gain of 16.
Yo. Come on, all I can say is Jimmy Lake. I know you kept telling us that you didn't anticipate there being any changes, bro. Some got to change coming out the bye week. The Falcons went out to Denver on vacation. Oh, look at Gino. The Atlanta Falcons went out to Denver on vacation. They didn't come out there to play football. Got dominated in every aspect of the game today by the Denver Broncos. Gave up touchdowns to guys that I never even heard of before. Defense gave up runs. Defense gave up passes. We were getting killed in the screen game. I said it. I said Sean Payton knows this Falcons team, even though this is a different team than when he was the head coach of the Saints, but he would relish giving the Falcons a beat down anytime he plays them because he knows how much Falcon fans hated him when he was at the New Orleans Saints. And honestly, I'm not surprised. Offense didn't show up. Offensive line was getting whooped by the Denver Broncos defensive line. I highlighted that during the week. Said the Broncos were second in sacks in the NFL. This line was going to have a huge performance. And the line did not. Kirk Cousins was sacked multiple times. He ended up getting taken out of the game by the end of this one because it got so ugly and so lopsided. Oh, Gino! Gino Smith scores the touchdown with 12 seconds left in San Francisco. Oh, my God. 12 seconds left. If they make this field goal, they'll be up 3. What a huge play by the Seattle Seahawks. A chance to win this game. Divisional game against the 49ers. That's huge, man. That's huge. Gino making plays with his legs. But the Falcons, man, let me get back to the Falcons. You got a couple close games going on right now. The Bills are trying to hold on against the Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City Chiefs only down 2 now. They were down 9 early, so we're going to stay here and watch the ending of both these games. But what can I say about the Falcons, man? It was ugly. From start to finish, it was ugly. Denver Broncos, before I could even turn the game on, the Broncos were already up 7-0. It got ugly quick. It got ugly so fast for the Falcons. And the Falcons got punched in the mouth and never recovered in this one. It's unfortunate that we got to go into the bye week with 2 consecutive losses. I'm going to put this banner back up. Jimmy Lake. What is going to happen in the bye week? Something's got to change, Raheem Morris. Something has to change. There's no way you can tell me that Jimmy Lake and that defense are good after all the press conferences, after all saying that we're in the process and we're right where we want to be. Come on, man. Keep saying we're right where we want to be. That's ridiculous. I believe that the Falcons fans have been calling for changes for the past few weeks. I think clearly we saw this Falcons defense get exposed by the Saints last week. They got really exposed today, giving up 38 points to the Broncos today. It was ugly. It was just ugly. It was ugly from the beginning to the end. And yeah, that honestly, I wasn't surprised, Christy. It's funny that you say that. I was not surprised at all. I thought this Denver defense was as good as I saw them be today, and I just wasn't seeing positive things going into this game. I didn't want to be a negative Nancy, but yeah, getting pressure on Kirk. Kirk is a sitting duck back there. If you can generate that pressure, he can't evade the rush. And if we're not getting our big explosive plays, they're going to stack the box and take away the running game and force us to throw. And that's what Denver did today. They stacked that box. They forced us to throw. They let those front four get after us, and we weren't able to hold up. So it's unfortunate. It is unfortunate, but like you said, there could be a silver lining. There could be a silver lining around this cloud. Silver lining to me is that there have to be some changes now. You can't avoid it. You can't keep saying we right where we want to be. You can't keep saying Jimmy Lake is doing a good job as defensive coordinator. You can't keep saying that, Coach Heem. You can't keep saying it. Something has to change now. Something has to change. I don't know if Jimmy Lake gets relieved of his duties. I don't know if Coach Heem takes over the defense. I don't know if you bring in another defensive coordinator or if you elevate somebody that's already on the roster. I don't know what you do, Coach Heem, but something has to be done because we're not good. Despite what Jimmy Lake said, despite all his skidding and grinning, we are not good. The scheme is not good. The personnel for the scheme that we have, you could argue is doesn't fit. It's mismatch. We're very light on the line, and teams that can run the ball and impose their will on us usually do. So it's something's got to change. Something absolutely has to change, and I'm looking forward to seeing what Coach Heem says. Not necessarily. Well, I want to see what he says after this game too, honestly, because I know he's usually trying to see the positives in every situation, but I don't know what positive you can see from this game because we got our tails whooped. We went out there and looked like we were on vacation. We looked like we were on vacation, sleepwalking, like we were just there to witness a Denver Broncos victory. We didn't look like we were fighting to win an NFL game today. Like a team that just walked in as a sacrificial lamb for them to beat up on and get their confidence. We looked like the Carolina Panthers. We looked like the Carolina Panthers today. We looked horrible. We looked horrible. And that's the bottom line. We got outplayed. They were more physical. Coaching. We got outcoached. We had several penalties in the first quarter. This team is playing uninspired right now. I don't see any positives coming out of this game other than you have to make some changes in the bye week. This forces you to look at every option of how do we turn this ship around. We were sitting at 6-3, leading the division. Now we're 6-5 going into the bye week. What do we do? What do we do? So that's the question. I agree with you, Christy. Said the repetitive schemes, lack of coverage, defense is soft. Is the only consistency we have. Absolutely. Panthers look better last week than we look this week. Absolutely. We just need 2 wins to beat the 7-win curse. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know how you can and I'm not saying he will, but I'm just saying I noticed the pattern every time we lose. It's like, oh, we're not gonna panic. Um Actually, okay, I do have one positive. My boy Koo, he made some field goals today. He looked like he was back to himself. So I will say that's a positive. Young Wei Koo, he looked pretty good today. So shout out to Young Wei Koo, man. Shout out to Young Wei Koo. That's all we can muster today. 2 field goals. And everything else was extremely ugly. It was extremely ugly. Extremely ugly. Uh, Extremely ugly. I don't even want to look at the final stats. Special team looked like the only. Yeah, and I said we got outplayed in all 3 phases. Yeah, I think, like I said, Young Wei Cool, he did his thing today. Hodge. Well, Darnell Mooney went out with a hamstring injury. So that's also troubling because he's our big play threat in the offense. So it's going to be interesting what this team looks like coming out of the bye week. It's going to be interesting. It was ugly. It was ugly. Uh, I'm watching this final few minutes of the Bills and Chiefs game right here. Bills have the ball. 3rd and 2, I believe. Yep, 3rd and 2. Uh, they have honestly they need to score a touchdown right here in order for the Bills to win this game. They need a touchdown, or else Patrick Mahomes will get the ball and he's going to score a touchdown. I'm telling you right now, if it's up to Patrick Mahomes getting the ball and driving for a game-winning touchdown, he's going to do it. Bills play conservative. That is the worst thing that they could do. That's the worst thing that they could do. You can't play conservative against Patrick Mahomes, man. You need to go for the win. They have 2 timeouts. Like, why are you playing conservative? You need to keep getting first downs if you're trying to beat the Chiefs. I'm not saying I want the Chiefs to lose, but yeah, see, it looks like they're going for it on 4th and 2. You just can't play conservative against the Kansas City Chiefs. I told you. You cannot play conservative. I told you. You cannot play conservative. You need to go for the touchdown. Look at the Bills. Look what they did. You cannot do it. Patrick Mahomes is going to drive that ball for the game-winning touchdown if you play conservative. You need to go for the win. The Bills just scored a touchdown. Come on, man. Somebody going to listen to me one day. I don't know why they wouldn't have a spy on Josh Allen, though. Why would you not spy him? You know?
This is about as big as it gets. All on Allen. And I'm telling you, this is a testament to their intestinal fortitude and mental approach. Most teams hope that goes their way. Buffalo decided to make it go their way with their aggressive approach on that drive the entire way. Give Sean McDermott, Joe Brady, Josh Allen, and his team credit. Unbelievable. Streaming on Paramount Plus. Now that's a CBS Sports Sunday. So you did just go in the game, right? There's no need to come back from this. Not down nine, nobody. Right? I'm not saying that. Because this guy's out there. There's P. Ryan. He's hard to cross the 40. I'm not comfortable. I'll tell you why. Because that dude's still standing right there. And as long as he's here, 2-minute warning. You're right.
All right, this will be a monumental comeback. If the Chiefs could come back from a 2-score lead in 2 minutes. Christy said the Bills were her first team. Yeah, got to have that tenacity, drive, and fight. Absolutely. You can't, especially against Patrick Mahomes. I hate to just keep saying it, but this dude is heroic. He's like an Avenger out there. You have to play with different rules in mind when you're playing against a Patrick Mahomes football team. B-Pods, I know that hurt, giving up that touchdown, but we'll see, man. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, but yeah, Falcons did not show up today, and somebody's got to answer the press. So I can't wait to see that. Let's see if the press conference is already up. Actually, see if I can watch both. You said there's still hope. They still have the refs. I see my man Big Low. All right, so we got a little bit. Big Low gave us a synopsis. What in the world, Bo? About 3 minutes ago. I'm gonna go watch that in a little bit. Still waiting on Coach Heem to come out of the locker room. Atlanta Falcons YouTube page says, stay tuned. Players will speak shortly. Actually, Coach Heem already came out. He already came out. Now we're waiting for players. All right, let me hear what Coach Heem had to say. Let me hear what he had to say. I want to hear this. I want to hear from Jimmy Lake too. He said, got our butts kicked today.
To that team and that coach team and all the coaches and the players on that team. They did a great job. They got us really good. Yeah, the game flipped right at halftime when we should have had an opportunity to get that penalty. To get that turnover, and we didn't get the turnover.
That call, I thought that call, I'm not going to say it changed the game, but they reversed that fourth down incompletion to a fumble and a recovery. I thought that was a horrible call by the referees. I thought that was a horrible call. That dude did not secure that ball.
Unfortunately, we got our butts kicked.
He did not secure that ball and make a football move. We got punched out before he could.
We always look at that. That's what you always do. You always go back. You always reflect. You always study. You get a little bit more time this week. You got 2 weeks to come back, get ready, get healthy, prepare yourself to get better, prepare yourself to go out there and play your best football.
See how he talking fast again? See how he talking fast?
No, there's no one play ever defines any game. That was a great effort play by those guys, and not a great effort play by us.
Yeah, that play where Justin Simmons got ran over by Javonte Williams, and then they pushed him into the end zone. I thought the game changed after that play. Denver was like, oh, it's sweet.
No doubt,
it's sweet over there on that defense.
Penalties and things of that nature, and held us to get 3 points. Definitely.
Denver thought it was sweet.
But you can never go back and just say that penalty.
And guess what? Yeah.
Combination of everything that happened with the
they had Thanksgiving dessert on us today. Sweet potato pie, peach cobbler, banana pudding. Oh, they had all type of sweets today. Let me see what the Bills are doing.
It was being your very best when your best is required. We were not that today.
You got that right.
You can't really say what point of the day you're concerned, but you can always turn those things around. But we did not. Obviously.
4th and 3.
That's obviously when they definitely.
Mahomes with the legs.
Until that point, you still got a chance.
Holding.
Don't do them. You can't hold, and you can't do things that you're not supposed to do in the football game. We know those things continue to happen. You kill drives, you can't do it.
Talking about the bad penalties.
You can't do those things.
Bad penalties, man. Falcons be getting some penalties at the worst times, man.
Michael Penix got us up the game that one got away from us. He did a nice job of doing that. It's nothing to talk about what Michael Penix did. He wasn't getting great on that. That was something we got in there. He was able to get us out of the game a little bit healthier. The first chance to get healthier, and get us a chance to come up and fly over the left side, so I kind of got from him. Conley came in, already having some issues, and took him out, took Drake out. Got some skippies on that way, Tyler out there, a couple guys up front as well. Many guys you can take out in that situation, get out. Try to keep your team as healthy as possible.
Oh, it's game time. Game time. That's it, man. The Chiefs lose their first game of the season. Buffalo Bills will hang on for the victory. Victory formation. Victory formation.
Out physical, out effort. Great job by their coaches. Hats off to Vance. Hats off to that staff. Hats off to that team. Hats off to those players. They did a great job. They're really a great player.
Raheem Morris gives the hats off to all the coaches on Denver Broncos and all the players. So the Buffalo Bills have won 6 straight.
You gotta go back and look at it and see why you do some different things. And the ball is bounced that way. And to be honest, Mark is no, absolutely not. Honestly, there's a couple screens that too. A bunch of screens early. They really got those guys going.
Man, they killed us with screens today. The Broncos killed the Falcons with screens time after time after time after time. Our defense just looked slow and unathletic out there. Like they looked like they were running at a different speed. Marvin Mims looked like Tyreek Hill out there. I'm like, Marvin Mims, who the heck? Like, I've heard of him, but this dude never looked so good in his life until he played the Atlanta Falcons today.
Obviously, bad tackling, right?
Marvin Mims.
Miss tackles, they get yards.
Yeah.
So we got to go out there and tackle back.
Our defense just looks slow, man. It looks slow. It looks like we're out of position. We're playing soft. We're just allowing the underneath throws, and then we come up, and by the time we come up and make contact, they're already 5-10 yards down the field. So yeah, it was ugly today, man. Got our butts whooped. Yeah, I mean, they call screen after screen after screen. Marvin Mims got a touchdown on the screen. Troy Franklin got a touchdown on the screen. Troy Franklin, shout out to you, bro. From East Palo Alto, California. So I'm glad to see you get in the end zone. I hate it was against, my squad, the Falcons, but I was happy to see him get some run out there. But it was ugly. We couldn't stop a nosebleed today. So accurate, though. We were not going to change, and we have not changed. But I know one thing is we better change coming out that bye week. We better change. If we want to win another game this season, we better change coming off that bye week. We better change something. What was it? Today is week 11. It got ugly. And I want to just share this with y'all. I'll look at the team stats. It was ugly. Got an ugly play. Yeah, so if you look at the team stats, total yards, completely one-sided. The Broncos had 400 yards of offense. The Falcons had 226 yards of offense. As I stated at the beginning, they really shut down the run game and forced us to be one-dimensional. It's two parts to that, right? They shut down our run, but then we couldn't shut them down at all when our defense took the field. So then we got behind quickly, and then you can't run the ball because you're just going to run the clock out. But you know what? At some point, you might as well just run the ball because you can't get anything going in the pass game anyway. So you might as well just keep running the ball and get up out of Denver as soon as you can. 176 passing yards today. All those weren't even Kirk Cousins because Michael Penix came in the fourth quarter and played a couple of drives. So got to see how many yards Kirk Cousins actually had. That might have been his worst game of the year. I know he played horrible against the Seahawks too, but I think this game might have been his worst game of the season. Only 50 rushing yards for the Falcons. Gave up 105 rushing yards for the Broncos. It probably could have been a whole lot worse, but they took the foot off the gas at some point. 295 passing yards for the Broncos. Bo Nix, we were making Bo Nix look like Joe Montana out there. He was going through his progressions. He was going through his reads. He had plenty of time back there. He felt real comfortable and confident. And that's just frustrating to see when your team is the one allowing that to an opposing quarterback. 6.7 yards per play for the Broncos. Let's see what we got here. Try to make this bigger. There we go. There we go. 22 first downs for the Broncos, 13 for our Falcons, 6 of 11 third down efficiency. They were over 50% conversion rate. Converted on their only fourth down, which was controversial. The knockout by Jesse Bates turned into being from an incomplete pass to a fumble and a recovery by the wide receiver or tight end or whoever he is for the Broncos. That kept their drive alive. Very controversial call, actually. Falcons were perfect on their fourth downs. Broncos had 60 total plays. Falcons had 56. We allowed 4 sacks today, but Kirk was constantly under pressure. We got 1 sack. Punted 5 times. Forced 3 punts. Had 6 penalties for 52 yards. 4 penalties for 45 yards for the Broncos. Time of possession was pretty even. 30 minutes for the Broncos, 29 for the Falcons. 1 interception Cousins today. And that was a horrible interception too. Like it's one of those Stevie Wonder reads. Like, what were you even looking at, bro? Folks are saying it's Terry's fault because we didn't trade for a pass rusher. We didn't lose the game on the pass rush. We did not lose the game on the pass rush. That's not where we lost this game. Yeah, that's not where we lost this game. O-line didn't hold up. As we keep saying over and over and over, the scheme is not working.
Yeah, it was emotional. You know, I think
the scheme was not working.
Obviously,
Justin Simmons is at the podium right now.
You know, a lot of good memories.
Talking about his game coming back to Denver.
Yeah, it was bittersweet. I first am thankful for the warm embrace with the fans and got to see some great teammates. You know, there's just
I can't put that on Terry Fontenot.
The opposite side, and obviously
I gotta put that on the coaching. At some point, the coaching have to coach. Can't just go into a game after game after game with the same scheme and not make any adjustments, especially when it's not working. I can see if it's working, but it's not.
You know, bittersweet, but I did want to say, you know, thank you to the fans and the people that I got to see, the staff. You know, that
it's not working,
and I've gotten to know the previous 8 years, and so I am super grateful. And you know, I'm also standing up here with the heavy heart of like a really tough loss, and it's hard to balance the two.
Is a loss tougher when you get blown out or when you lose?
I don't know. Surprise might not be
by
the right
one
word.
score or less.
I'm disappointed in our lack of execution. Just felt like there's some things that, obviously that we did
Yeah.
well, but then a lot of it was just not good. I feel like tackling or the effort of tackling just wasn't there. We gave up a lot in the screen game.
A lot in the
And
screen
again,
game.
it's
Yes,
the
sir.
way that they were operating and the way that Bo was evaluating and moving the ball, taking the checkdowns when he needed to. That just allowed them to get into a rhythm offensively that
The way
defense
Bo
was
had
great.
unlimited
Take it,
time.
doesn't help our offense.
How about
in a hostile
that?
environment, on the road, and so
Maximize
you
your
can't
money
play
with
like that.
4.75% annual percentage yield.
Everybody's going in now.
On the road, and that starts with the defense.
What in the world
Set
both
up,
these that I just
set up
watched?
the field, and we just couldn't do that today. And obviously that showed on
This
on the
has to
field
be
and
the
on the game.
softest defense I've ever seen in my life. What in the world? Like, we consistently playing 10, 12 yards off the ball.
Yeah, I said it
And Jimmy Lake continues to
in a
keep doing
podcast
what,
with
I'm sorry. Jimmy
with
Lake
Todd
Lanier
Davis leading up
continues
to
to
the
keep
game.
doing what he's
I
doing.
think the
Like I said, why
progression
call
from
him Jimmy
Bo,
Lake Lanier?
watching the
That's where
tape leading up to
defenses
this game
go
from
to die.
week 1 to
This
now
all
week 11
defense, you're not
has
putting
gotten
you're not
tremendously
putting them
better
behind
each
sticks.
and every week,
The
right? So
opposing offenses, they know that they can throw a
when you
3-4
have
yard
a-
pass and they can break a couple of tackles.
you have a really good
There'll be
arm,
one
you trust
situations
your
where,
arm,
they
it can be hard
know
sometimes
second and
to
third
confidence
after they get
and
3-4
keep
yards
track.
after the catch.
For the most
Or
part, we
do
were
like
taking
Denver
away
Broncos
a
been
lot of
doing
the
all
key plays
day.
that they wanted to
And
run, and
those screen
he was
passes,
just being
get a
consistent,
wall in
checking
front of
them
them,
down,
and then they just walk on to the end zone. I mean, that's what they do. They give them free reign to the end zone. They just walk to the end zone. Oh, like, Raheem Morris, like, what's going on? Is this what
just operating at a high level. And
is this what we trying
All right,
to
I'm
do?
typing this. I'm typing this.
Recreate the wheel. Well, guess what, Bo? You can't recreate. There's no way of recreating the wheel, Bo. You and Jimmy Lake, y'all got to figure this thing out. It's a good thing that y'all got a bye week because I don't know what y'all be doing. Like, I don't know.
I don't know either, coach.
If y'all be drawing the game plan up at Magic City or what, but y'all need to figure out what y'all gonna do.
Yeah.
Bo.
No, I knew pregame I was going to try to get as many
gift wrap for you.
like hellos.
You see the Saints, they're trying to have a
how
little
you doing
resurgence down there.
out of the way.
So
Because at the end of the day, man,
we just gonna lose 2 games in a row. You got the bye week.
and,
You got the Chargers after that. You need to figure out
like I
what you're
said,
gonna do.
that's the bittersweet
Also,
moment of it. You want
Kirk Cousins.
I wanted the
Kirk
the
Cousins.
fans and the staff really. The
It's a
players,
beautiful thing. You know what? I ain't gonna say Kirk Cousins. Zach
The
Robinson.
staff and the fans.
It's a beautiful thing. Kirk Cousins.
I know.
Plays and everything. But Bo, I knew what kind of time we was on. Whenever we came out, I believe it was the second drive. We threw 5 straight passes.
It's crazy.
We threw 5 straight passes. Next thing you know, whenever we get all these penalties, and we get behind the sticks because we always get put behind the sticks. Everybody else don't. So we get put behind the sticks, and guess what happens?
They don't need to be behind the sticks with
Next
us
thing you know, it's 3rd and 20. Then we want to run the ball.
because we ain't getting no pressure.
Then we want to run the ball. You got one of the most dynamic running backs. You got one of the most dynamic backfields in the NFL. And you want to continue to try to throw the ball all over the place, throw these screens and stuff. Just run the ball.
This
bro.
wasn't a throw the ball game.
We'll need to recreate it.
This wasn't a throw the ball game. We talked about that on Friday. This was not the throw the ball game. This was the game where you needed to run the ball 40 times.
How come every time we get a coach that specializes in something, we're terrible at it? We got Stan Quinn. He specializes in defense. We were terrible at it. We got Arthur Smith. He was supposed to be this offensive guru. We were terrible at it. We got Raheem Morris, and we only got 9 sacks. And the season is almost 3/4 of the way over here. What in the world? I mean, I just don't know. Coaching staff, y'all let me know. Am I overreacting? Do you feel like Jimmy Lake got to go? If you agree, you feel like he got to go for the one.
Oh, man.
You feel like
I got the banner right here.
Put it in the comments. I just want to know.
I got the banner right here.
It's an emergency coach meeting tonight. Y'all come on.
When will Jimmy Lake get fired? Bye week, end of the season. It's already primed and ready. It's already primed and ready. It was so ugly. It was so ugly. You can't tell me they're not going to make any changes. That was a backyard beatdown, as I said before. Totally away from the run game. We saw that we couldn't block their pass rush. I don't understand why we were trying to force the ball, passing.
Yeah, I think the first drive moved the football really well.
We did have a couple drives that were good going into the Broncos territory, but yeah, then the penalties started killing us. I got pushed back a couple times by penalties and couldn't get the touchdowns, had to settle for the field goals. And then after that, the Broncos' lead just got too big. It just got too big at one point, 21-6 at halftime. So, I mean, you can come out running. You can come out running still, but at some point, you do have to throw. When you get down 2-3 touchdowns, you got to throw. But you put yourself in that position by not establishing the run. Like yards rushing for the Falcons all day long, and that's just unacceptable. 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 That's on the coaching staff. That's on the players for effort. That's on everybody, man. This loss on everybody. This loss is on everybody. Defense was not tackling well, was not pursuing the ball well. But you got to keep circling back to this is not an attacking style defense. Who wants to just sit back and wait for the offense to hit you in the mouth? No defender wants to just sit back and be hit in the mouth. I want to do the hitting if I'm on defense. BLP say that was a slaughter fest. Absolutely. That was a slaughter fest, man. I got to the point where, I couldn't even be tripping. By the end of the third quarter, I was on to the next game. I was like, man, this what we showed up to Denver to do. This what we showed up to Denver to do. This what we showed up to do. We showed up to just lay an egg before the bye week. Everybody then already checked out for the bye week, apparently, coaches included. Y'all ready to start the bye week 1 week early. You could have just stayed in Atlanta. You gonna come and do that? Have to fly all the way out to Denver, spend that hotel money to fly out there to get your butt whooped. Could have stayed in Atlanta and just forfeit the game. Just give them the game, man. Just give them the game. So, yeah, that was crazy. That was a wild, yeah. I ain't going to say no effort, but the effort was minimal on all sides of the ball. And I just, yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. Said our defense, yeah, yards away. Yeah. Saw it time and time again. Playing defense, the DBs are 10 yards off the line of scrimmage on the outside, playing zone coverage, giving up the 7-yard, and then guy runs it up for 11, 12 yards. You're giving them the 7, and then the guy runs it up for another 5 for a first down like clockwork. It's just pitch and catch. It's just pitch and catch out there. The only couple plays where I saw people getting contested were the couple plays where Jesse Bates made the knockout on 3rd down, and then he made the knockout on 4th down. And then that one got overturned. So those are the only 2 plays where I saw the defender even in the vicinity of the pass catcher to contest the pass. After that, it was Sports and Beach, man. You got some good news for us. We won our state championship 35-3. Congrats, my guy. Congratulations to Sports and Beach. Winning a state championship 35-3. You're a champion, man. You get a ring. What you get? What do you get? I know you get a trophy, but do you individually get a ring when you win a state title? Never won a state title. So you better than me. Better than me, man. Better than I ever was. Let me know. But yeah, it was ugly out there, man. It was really ugly.
You know, holding calls are going to happen. I think those have been.
It ain't about the holding calls. Kirk Cousins, I'm talking about the holding calls right now. It ain't about that. Hold on, I got to put these clothes in the dresser. It ain't about the holding calls, man. It's a ring and MVP for the state and game, plus best wide receiver and middle linebacker. Boy, out there balling out of control. Let's go. That's awesome, man. I'm so happy for you. Like I said before, hard work pays off, man. You work hard, you work your butt off, you stay disciplined. Good things gonna happen. Of course, you need some talent too. But yeah, you know, hard work beats talent. And when you combine the two, hard work and talent, you got something special, man. So clearly you've been putting in the work, man. You got the talent. So the sky's going to be the limit for you, bro. '49er fan trying to talk trash to me. They lost today, too. They lost to the Seahawks. They bums. He was trying to tell me, oh, yeah, we ain't losing no more. We got Christian McCaffrey back. We ain't losing no more. Second game back, they already lost. I don't want to hear it, man. I don't want to hear it, especially when my team don't win. Don't try to talk trash about your team being good and your record ain't even better than ours. Like, I don't want to hear that, man. I don't want to hear that. Viking fans, they should be flying high right now. Vikings did their thing, man. I freaking sat Jordan Addison. Of course, he would get a touchdown. So my last guy in fantasy is CD Lamb. After making that big blockbuster trade, Lamar Jackson was kept to pedestrian-like numbers today by the Steelers. But Derrick Henry did score a touchdown, so it was definitely worth trading. I need CD Lamb to come through and give me about 20 points tomorrow night for a victory. And I think he can do it. He's questionable, but I think he should play. So I'm hoping he does. If not, I'm going to be in trouble. CD Lamb tomorrow night against the Texans. No, is it Texans? Yeah, I think it is the Texans. All right. But other than that, yeah, that's my fantasy league. Sports Productions. Got that Bills victory today. I know he feeling good. What's happening? Bills Mafia in the building. I am going to go back to. I'm going to go back to live TV. And oh, by the way, if you're looking for a series to watch, go watch what is the name of that series that I watched yesterday? What is the name of that series? Cross on Amazon Prime. That is one of the best series I have watched in a while. I was totally glued to that freaking TV. You got to check that out if you are like a crime, mystery, thriller fan. Like, that's one of the best series I've watched in a long time. So go check out Cross on Amazon Prime. Also, news in basketball, the basketball world. Inside the NBA was thought to be canceled after this year. However, ESPN has decided to pick up the rights to Inside the NBA, the Emmy award-winning television show with Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, and Charles Barkley. So you will see Charles Barkley, Shaq, Kenny Smith, and Ernie Johnson on ESPN next basketball season. Next basketball season. They're going to finish out on TNT this year, but they will be transitioning over to ESPN next year. I think that's going to be awesome. And ESPN has been very, very liberal as of late to, allowing all type of language to be, all type of language on ESPN's, especially like Pat McAfee show. They've been allowing that guy to just say whatever he wants to say. So I think Shaq and Kenny and Charles Barkley is going to have a field day on ESPN. Personally, it's going to make the show way more entertaining. Oh, so yeah, I had Baltimore Ravens defense. They played pretty good today. Russell Wilson, he got those guys in position for a few. That is not an interception, though. That's a catch and a fumble. That's a fumble, and I don't know why they gave that an interception to Lamar. That should be a catch and a fumble for Justice Hill.
The run game, they bottled up Lamar like you see here. We did not see a lot of Lamar magic running today, but here is one of them. He buys time, buys Hill in the open field, and we go, here come the Ravens with a late mark.
Right, Justice Hill redeeming himself there with those 22-yard two plays later. Jackson to Zay Flowers for the 16-yard touchdown. Now they got to go for two here.
They got to go for two, and we all want give the ball to Lamar and let's make some magic happen. I don't know. It looked like the play was a little off kilter with somebody around. Either way, quarterback design left, and the Steelers were all over it.
Yeah, Steelers make the defensive stand, and I got to talk to one of their defensive standouts.
Yeah, that was ugly. That was ugly with Lamar Jackson at the end of that game.
Okay, I feel like every time I looked up at this game, there was like some kind of chirping or scuffle going on. Can you just describe what's going on in this game and the rivalry that exists between these two teams?
Steelers and the Ravens hate each other.
Back to since any of us in this building have been here, and there's a lot of mutual respect. But there's also a lot of, for lack of a better term, hatred as well. And it was on full display today. But that's what makes this so sweet.
All right, I appreciate the time for sure. I like that you're smiling now. It's ferocious on the field, but all smiles right now. We appreciate it.
Sports production say I had a short week. Only at school 3.5 days, and I'm off for Thanksgiving. Yeah, I got school all week as a teacher, but I'm gonna have short week. Wednesday through Friday are all minimum days, so I'll have 2 full days tomorrow and Tuesday, and then the rest short. So that'll be cool. Definitely planning on going to watch Gladiator 2 possibly this weekend as well. It's gonna be a good weekend for yeah, Baltimore Ravens had a ton of penalties in that game too. 12 penalties. Justin Tucker missing 2 more field goals as well. Yes, I have all of next week off for Thanksgiving. All of next week off. So that's nice. All of next week off. All of next week. Yeah, Monday through Friday.
There's no place for him to go, and that familiarity certainly helps them. They were dominant today. That was the key to the game. Is Baltimore going to get over the hump? Too many times we watch these big games for the Ravens, and they find a way to fall.
I got to go brush my teeth real quick because I had some fish and chips, and I feel like I got something stuck. I'm stuck in my teeth. That's bothering me.
If you take a look at Lamar's games, 5 games played against the Steelers.
I don't know where my floss is.
One thing the Steelers know how to do is game plan against Lamar Jackson, and not many teams.
Oh, snap.
Slow down action.
Get this Friday off.
The final highlight of the day is that the Chiefs taking on the Bills. The undefeated team in the NFL. There's only one left. Josh Allen's like, I'm here to slay you.
James Cook. Man, I should have drafted that dude in fantasy. Man, Dawson Knox didn't really do anything. I was hoping he might do something for me today. But Kyle Pitts didn't do jack. So he got me more points than I would have got with Kyle Pitts. So.
We love a back and forth game. Allen and the Bills trying to answer. Here, Allen to Matt Collins.
Yeah, it was Cook, it was Samuel, now it's Matt Collins getting the act.
Matt Collins. What player was claimed off of waivers?
Shakir in the slot made plays all day. Takes a big hit, but a big first down right there.
Okay, well, how about a big decision for Coach McDermott? Just over 2 minutes left. 4th and 2, he goes for it.
It's a great call. 9 different receivers caught the ball from a big moment. Let that guy right there make a play. Big 17, running through the middle of defense. Nobody can catch him. Nobody can tackle him. He ain't overrated.
55-yard rushing for Josh Allen and a touchdown. Would you have made the play, Devin?
I would have definitely tackled Josh Allen. No doubt about it.
Yeah, you would have been.
And Ricky Pearsall got me 0 points today. God, dog. I could have played Addison. Definitely probably would have won that matchup if I would have played Addison. That's crazy, bro. Ricky Pearsall with a fat 0.
And there are no more unbeaten teams in the NFL. Congratulations to Buffalo Bills. And you see it right there.
Let's go, CD. Expect to suit up. I'm going to be on CD Lamb watch tomorrow night.
There's a supporting cast here in Buffalo finally.
I got to get some homework done, though. Got a couple lesson plans to complete, and then I might be back for Sunday night football, but I might not. Not going to make any promises. Might try to get to bed early.
That's where Buffalo's tough this year. We know they got Josh Allen, a good defense. Big win for them today, Maria.
All right, that would be
But I appreciate y'all coming through, man. Like I said, Falcons dropped to 6-5. Lose 2 in a row going to a bye week. We got a lot of questions about that defense. What's going to happen? We want some answers as fans. I'm sure the media wants some answers. Hopefully we can get some going into the bye week. Falcons get demolished 38-6 by the Denver Broncos. And the game wasn't even that close. The game wasn't even that close. 38-6 was they called the dogs off, or called off the horses, if you want to, pun intended, called off the horses. Could have been worse than that. They probably could have scored 50 on us if they really wanted to. That's how bad we just looked today. That's how bad we looked today. They could have scored 50, but they took it easy on us. All right, y'all. It's your boy, Let's Pray. Hope you having a blessed and a prosperous day. No lighting the bird tonight. Got stomped. Exactly. All right, y'all. I'm going to holler at y'all. Peace. I'm gone. Thank y'all for coming through. Good night. Good night.